What's up guys, welcome to another gardening video on my channel. Another favorite video of mine. We're gonna go through 10 crops to grow in October. Okay, so I'm gonna give you veggies, herbs and flowers. I'm also gonna sprinkle some companion plants in there that you can grow with those crops, and then whether you can direct sow them or you should be transplanting them. You should be growing them inside and then taking them outside. Okay, I hope you enjoy. I hope it's helpful. Let's do what it gotta do. So first, I have to say shout out to my subscribers for this. First, we have baby marrow. This thing, I was shook. I was shook by it. I saw some comments saying, "Hey, maybe you should try some baby marrow. It grows really well." Let me show you. So just look at the baby marrow, right? So I grew them in a row and I'm so happy with how well they germinated, and they germinated so fast as well. These are already what, maybe in 2 weeks they're like this. I would definitely recommend it. Put it in your garden. It grows really fast. It goes really easily as well. This came with no effort really. So with baby marrow, you can grow them on the ground and you can also grow them up on a trellis. You can either transplant these or you can direct sow. So yeah, baby marrow goes really well with nasturtium. It will attract the beneficial insects. Then we also have basil, which will enhance the actual flavor of the baby marrow. And then we also have beans. So beans will do also well because this one will help with the nitrogen. So the beans will fix the nitrogen and basically will act as a fertilizer for the baby marrow. Next we have tomatoes. Tomatoes, a lovely veggie to have in the garden, and it's the right time to be growing them right now. I'm actually growing 3 varieties this season. I'm doing the Florida Raid, then I'm doing the Roma VF, and then I'm doing the Money Maker. The Money Maker is the first time that I'm trying that, so I'm gonna be doing that. But go crazy with the tomatoes. There's even yellow tomatoes that you can grow, and the smaller ones as well. So the companion plants for tomatoes are basil. Basil enhances the flavor of the actual tomatoes, and it also deters the aphids and the white flies. And then also garlic. So garlic is also another companion plant for the tomatoes. This one actually gets rid of the nematodes, and it actually gets rid of the spider mites. So you know spider mites are a real problem with the tomatoes, so having some garlic around this would do really well. Then last but not least, for the tomatoes, we have carrots, which help with the aeration of the soil, and you can literally grow them in the same space so they won't get in each other's way. So with the tomatoes, I would actually just direct sow them right now. In a few months back I would have transplanted them, but now I think they won't have any issues with you direct sowing them. The tomatoes also require some support, so make sure you have a trellis for them. Next we have radish, right? Radish, another nice one, another quick growing, easy growing crop that you can grow in your garden right now. You can already see that there's some radish already growing here, which is lovely. And you can see even how close I've planted some of the radish together. They don't really mind how close you put them. So yeah, radish definitely one that you should be growing in October. So a great companion plant for radish is chives. They actually they attract pollinators, which is great for the radish. Then we also have lettuce, which lettuce then also breaks up the soil and creates a better environment for the radish to grow. Since it's a root crop, it really likes soft aerated soil, so the lettuce will do well with that. Then another companion plant is cheval. This one goes really well with radish. This one improves the taste and the texture of the radish. So yeah, grow those right next to the radish. So radish, I would not transplant radish because it's a root crop, and with root crops the rule is that you always grow them directly into the soil. They do not like being transplanted out into the soil after being growing inside. Then next we have beans, a really nice one, really easy to grow as well. One of the first crops that pop up in the garden when you do grow them. So this is a great crop to grow in October. So with the beans, I would say the companion plants are sunflowers. So for these ones, you can actually literally just have them near the sunflowers and they can grow up on the sunflower, and also then it will also attract pollinators for the beans. Corn as well. So corn will also, you can also just grow the beans up on that corn, and also the beans will help the corn with nitrogen. Then the last one we have is marigold. So marigold will also then deter all the pests, you know, the nematodes, the aphids. It will deter those. So yeah, beans, do what it gotta do. So with the beans, you can direct sow these, or you can transplant them. They don't mind either or. Just make sure that you also give them some support. They really like to grow upwards, so just making sure that you have a trellis, and also harvest the beans when they are young, you know, so that the plant itself knows that, okay, I need to produce more. Then going to the last of the veggies, we have sweet corn. And as you can see, we're growing some sweet corn. It looks like grass. I always get confused because it always just looks like grass to me. But sweet corn, we have it growing over there, and we also have it growing with the baby marrow. So you can see it's also growing with the baby marrow here. It's a really easy crop to grow, and it's very fast growing. So companion plants for corn are squash. So the squash will do really well because they just grow underneath the corn. It's great ground cover for the squash, and also for the soil as well, as it retains the moisture and also suppresses the weeds. So that will be a great companion plant. Then we also have melon, which melon will just also have the corn can be support for the melon. And then dill as well, as dill helps with attracting the beneficial insects for corn that also prey on the insects that like to destroy the corn. So those are great companion plants. With the corn, I would also just start it, direct sow it. It doesn't take too long to actually start germinating. And just remember that corn also requires a lot of space, so just make sure that you have a lot of space before you start planting this. Now it's time to give a shout out to my members. So it's a new segment, so I'm gonna member shout outs. I'm gonna call it member shout outs. So welcome to the member shout outs. Okay. Maybe, I don't know, did you like? No, I don't know. I don't know. We'll find a jingle for the members. This week we have Phoebes B. Phoebes B, you are the queen of all the queens, king of all the kings. Thank you for joining the members. Yeah, so you have done the leadership member. So if you can just give me your social media handles, then I can follow you on that. Thank you so much. Thank you for being a member. I always see you in the comments. Best of the best of the best. Then we move to the flowers. So the flowers to grow in October, right? We have sunflower, right? Sunflower, you know, that's a really nice one to be growing right now. People really like sunflower. It's a really nice crop to grow. This one you should have a lot of space because it can get really big. It attracts a lot of bees, a lot of pollinators, just attracts a lot of them. And you can, just as I said with the veggies, you can grow some of these veggies up on these sunflowers because they are so big. So sunflower, one to grow. Then we have chrysanthemums. Chrysanthemums, a lovely one to have in the garden. It's so pretty. It adds a nice pop of color to the garden. So this one is good also to attract the pollinators and to deter some of the unbeneficial insects. So grow those flowers. Then we move to the herbs. So the herbs, we have basil, and basil really, it's a good companion plant for a lot of the crops. It's a really good one. This one also, the smell deters a lot of insects that are bad for the garden. And then we have chives. Chives is another one that really deters a lot of unbeneficial insects. So this one should have in the garden. Both of these herbs, you don't have to have a lot of space. They can really grow in small spaces. Then we have dill. This one attracts beneficial insects. So that brings me to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you will start growing in October. Start planting your crops. Love, peace, grow every single day.